Icelandic horse. It is a true pleasure to introduce one of the most magnificent horse breeds in the world. A horse that has been bred in Iceland since the settlement, isolated in the far North Atlantic. For 1,000 years, no horses have been imported to Iceland, and there is only one horse breed in the country. The history of the Icelandic horse is intertwined with the history of the nation, and it has played a key role in the life of Icelanders from the beginning. The Vikings who settled in Iceland in the 9th century brought the horses with them, and since there was little room on the boats, one can assume that they brought only the very best of the livestock. Even though originally the Icelandic horse was of mixed origin, it is now one of the most purebred horses in the world due to its isolation. The Vikings treated the horses with great respect, and to a warrior, a good horse was indispensable. A slain warrior would often be buried alongside his mount in full armor. A good horse was an honored gift, and the upper-class people always had good horses. For centuries, the horse was the only means of transportation in Iceland, as well as being the most important working animal in the days before machinery. Therefore, the horse was called the most useful servant, and it literally followed man from birth to grave, fetching the midwife as well as pulling the coffin to the cemetery. The Icelandic horse is very hardy, molded by the harsh nature and extreme weather throughout history. It utilizes speed very well, a trait developed through centuries of harsh conditions. The Icelandic horse has great stamina and is sure-footed, having grown up in the rugged terrain of Iceland. Today, there are close to 100,000 horses in Iceland, and even more abroad. The horse is used for pleasure riding, traveling, herding, and competition. The Icelandic horse is certainly a unique horse breed, bred exclusively and naturally isolated in the far North Atlantic. Bred in a country where the air is pure and the landscape magnificent. Raised in a wild herd in wide open spaces, learning to be courageous, respectful, and independent. The horse is a favorite among Icelanders and can be seen in art and literature all through Iceland's history. It has been purebred for 1,000 years, treated with respect and dignity, and raised to the highest level by systematic and ambitious breeding. It holds a special place in the mind of the nation. The Icelandic horse is intelligent, good-tempered, versatile, and beautiful. It is the most colorful breed in the world, with over 40 different colors and over 100 variations. It is strong and enthusiastic, forward-going and docile. It is truly a horse for everyone, with generations of people enjoying it together.
That horse has a beautiful gait.
The Icelandic horse is special because it masters 5 different gaits. All horse breeds have at least 3 gaits: walk, trot, and canter, and a few horse breeds have either tilt or pace. But no other breed masters all 5 gaits like the Icelandic horse. The walk is a 4-beat gait without suspension. 2 or 3 feet are on the ground at a time. When walking, the horse should be relaxed, moving ahead briskly in correct rhythm. Tilt is a 4-beat gait with the same footfall as the walk, and it is sometimes called the running walk. The tug is without suspension, with 1 or 2 feet on the ground at a time. When the horse is in tow, it raises its front part, yields its back, is collected and moves the weight over onto the hind legs. The tug is the trademark of the Icelandic horse. The trot is a 2-beat gait where front and hind legs on opposite sides move together. 2 feet are on the ground at the same time. The trot has suspension. For example, the horse kicks up with its left hind leg and right front leg, and lands on the right hind leg and left front leg, etc. Trot is the easiest gait, apart from the walk, and most horses choose to trot on uneven ground. The canter is a 3-beat gait with suspension. The horse can canter on both the right and the left heel. You can ride canter at different speeds, from a slow canter up to a fast racing gallop. The pace is a 2-beat lateral gait with suspension. Pace is usually written in short, fast sprints.
Oh, wow.
The tug is the specialty of the Icelandic horse, and as you can see, it is very soft and smooth to ride. Similar gaits are known in other gaited breeds, such as the running walk or rack, but it is generally agreed that only the Icelandic horse can manage this gait so naturally and with so much extension and speed variations. The tug can be ridden in speed from a racer's collected slow
Not quite as
up to a
smooth.
very fast and extended
That's the
tug
same one.
where the horse may keep up with a galloping or even a pacing horse. To demonstrate the softness of the tug, we ride in tug holding full glasses in one hand
That one's a
and
lot
the reins
steadier.
in the other, without spilling a drop.
That's not near as smooth. This, yeah.
Cheers! And we will end our demonstration with a few pace sprints. Following that, we invite you to meet the horses in the stable, have a cup of coffee, and use our restrooms. We thank you for the visit And we want to tell you that you are always welcome. Or as the Icelandic horse would say,
here we go.
Give her the video.
Oh, I missed it. I enjoyed that, and I'm not into horses. Did you hear how he said "whiz it"?
Yeah, yeah.
with
Whiz it.
horns, especially